I would say that's overkill, but that's just his thing.
Hey, what's up, my peoples? EmGo here, the freaking geek himself, and today we will be reviewing the TFC Toys ST Commander TYRANT. So here we are, and there he is, and first and foremost, as always, we'll take a quick look at the packaging. Get over here, box, don't fight me. So right up front here, we have a very nice image there of TYRANT. His name is TYRANT. Up top we have nothing. On the bottom we have words and things and barcodes. On this side of the box we have lots of modes. On the other side of the box we have more modes. On the back of the box we have our obligatory product shots, this, that, the other things and stuff, and that's basically it for the packaging. And moving right along, here we have TYRANT, and this figure is based on Don Figueroa's concept art for a G.I. Joe Transformers crossover, Dominator Megatron. So just like Rolling Thunder, Optimus Prime, this is another, kind of G.I. Joe crossover deal going on here. And here is the Big Bad Megs in his tank mode, and he is packed in alt mode, which is why we're starting in alt mode, so don't get too excited. But yeah, here he is in his tank mode, and this looks freaking awesome. I mean, this is just I am very, very, very much impressed with this alt mode. Just big and beefy and big and beefy, and he's got some heft to him as well, and just wonderfully done in my opinion. But let's get in close here. Oh, let's get in close here so we can take a look at the details. You have the triple cockpit sections right up front here. We have some missiles, we have some guns, we got a big old cannon right here. Whole lot of silver going on. You get a smoky transparent plastic there for the cockpits and for these missile sections here. And a lot of silver, a lot of red going on, as is the typical look for Mr. Megs. You also have some tamper-graphed details in there as well. Got some bits of yellow. The tank treads are rubber, but really, really nicely done. We got some bits of die-cast in here. These little missiles right up front here. These are die-cast pieces. So you do have some nice die-cast content in this. There's the back, and we'll just come up here so you can take a bit of a closer look here at the whole turret section. Again, you got more missiles, more guns. Look at all those guns. Lots of guns, lots of weaponry, just a whole lot going on here, but looks really, really cool. And as I said, he does have those rubber treads, and they do work. They are functional. You pull them along, and those treads will roll. These back ones don't hook up as well. These front ones definitely hook up very well. You don't even have to push down, just pull it, and those treads work beautifully. So some nice working treads. The back ones are not as great, but you can still get some good rolling action there from Megs. So he does roll, as rolling things should. Hooray for rolling! And for comparison, just so you can get a sense of how big this figure is, here he is with Siege Megatron. And yeah, he's a big boy. He is a big, big boy. And here he is with the TFC Rolling Thunder Optimus Prime. So you can see how that works out. So there you go. Now, as far as articulation goes, in tank mode, the turret can rotate, go all the way around, although things might start coming apart if you do that, but can rotate, can go a full 360. The big old cannon itself can move up and down on a nice ratchet. All of these front sections right here can open up, and they're a little tight. There we go. You can open all these up. And you can see there are little seats in there, so you can put little figures inside. You can open up these sections right here to reveal some more missiles, because hey, more missiles, why not? Dare I say why not? So you can open all of that up and have all of that looking all kinds of cool. So hey, things you can do if you want to do it. And of course you have these sections up here on the turret. You have this, which can rotate around. I pop this off for a second. This can also extend and retract if you wish. You have this little missile right here. The missile itself is die cast. The instructions have it sitting like this on him, which you can totally do if you want to, but I don't like the way that looks. Me personally, I think that looks a lot cooler to have it extended like that. But hey, as always, it's yours. Display it however you wish. But there you have that. So that is pretty much it for the tank mode. So let's get down to transformation, shall we? There's no spinning this thing. You can't do it. You can't do it. But we're going to... So there's a lot of different modes you can do with this guy. I'm not going to show them all. I'm just going to show off the main modes here. I'll let you discover everything else for yourself if you decide to get this figure. But we'll go into the helicopter mode. So to do that, we're going to just remove this whole top section here. What? Parts for... Shh. Yes, parts forming. Yes. It's going to be a lot of it. So hold on tight. So we're going to remove this whole turret section here and just put that off to the side for now. We do also need to remove these front guns here. They just peg into the bottom. Put that off to the side. And we're going to come back here. We're going to raise up this section here. Just pop that up. That will free up these back treads. And we will just unpeg these, put these off to the side. Same thing the other side, second versus like the first. Just kind of pop that up. And wiggle, 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 wiggle. And put that off to the side. And next, we still have to remove some more parts. We're not done removing parts. We have to remove more parts. These whole side sections here, you have these black bits you want to bring up, and then this will just kind of come up and just kind of slide those out to the side and just unpeg these and just peg into the front here, so just wiggle them off, put those off to the side. The people who hate parts forming are losing their minds right now. I know, and it's delicious, but anyway. So here's what you have left. So now what we're going to do is we're going to unpeg these treads from the sides. Just give them a little wiggle, undo them like so. We need to then separate the legs, bring those out, and we need to remove these sections here. These will just pop up. It helps if you bring down this little heel piece. So just pop this up, and we need to put that off to the side. We're not done removing pieces. Nope, not yet. So just get that out of the way. So you can pop this up like that and put that off to the side. There we go. So now we have what's left. There we go. So we can put all this back together like so. Make sure those pieces interlock like that. To bring these little script pieces down for now, and you're going to rotate 180 at the waist. So now what we are doing here is we're going to take this whole assembly here. This is going to swing around to the back like that. And then you have these sections here, which will just flip down like so and like so. You're going to take these treads and rotate them 180 on a very noisy ratchet. I mean, they're all noisy, but it's noisy and squeaky at the same time. But once we've done that, let me raise up a little bit so I have some room to operate here. Once we do that, we're going to bring these in, and they're going to peg in right here. It's going to peg into this port here, and we'll also go into this tab right up in here. So just line all that up, and plug it in, like so. And plug it in, And all that should, oops, all that should locate nicely, like that. So you got that going on. Then you take these little sections here, just rotate them around, bring them down, rotate around, bring it down. This little tail section here, this just extends out a little bit. There you go. So we got the main body here of the helicopter. So now we're going to borrow some parts here from the turret. So we're going to grab this. And we also need these pieces right here. So just swing it out and pull it up. Swing it out and pull that up. And there you go. So now we're going to take, actually before we do that, we need something else here. We need this whole cannon assembly here. So wiggle this out. Okay, put that off to the side. This bit right here, these little barrels, just untab that. That gets put off to the side as well. And we can remove this for now. So we can compress this in like so. And this is going to plug in. There's a port right up in here. It's very tight. But just get that plugged in like that. And then this will plug in right in here. Let's get that lined up. Plug that in like that. And once you've done that, you can take these. It'll plug into ports right here on either side. Like so and like so. This missile will plug in underneath. Right up in there, like that. And then you take this bit right here. This will all open up, and then you want to rotate them 180. Like that. And then this will all plug in right there. And there you go. There you have Megs in his helicopter mode. And that looks quite cool. That looks quite cool. Oh, one thing you have to be careful with is these little mushroom pegs kind of popping out there when you turn those around. There you go. But all in all, I think it looks nice and, you know, spins pretty well. You can get a good spin out of it. Hey, I can work with it. I can work with it. But that looks pretty cool. In my opinion. I dig it. I dig it. And of course, if you want to, you can plug some of the other weaponry onto, like the instructions have, like this. A double-barreled gun kind of plugged in here. I guess if you wanted to, you could, you know, take this and you could plug this onto the other side. The instructions also have these little tank tread sections, which can fold open because more guns, because you need more guns. And you can peg these onto these sides here. There's a port for them. Although they sit at kind of a weird angle, they don't plug in totally. You know, they're right up against a hinge. They kind of sit at an angle, but that's the way they're shown in the instructions. So hey, I guess they're like a thing you can do if you want to do it. But you know, if you want to arm up the helicopter even more, you can do so. Again, all things you can do if you want to do it. So there you go. And on top of that, if you want to, you have this whole bit right here. This does have its own transformation. We can pop these pieces off. Again, more popping pieces off. There's a lot of that. There's a lot of that with this guy. But you can pop this off, and this section will just swing around. You got little tabs for that to sit in. And you can bring down this little cockpit here. Open these sections up. You can pull out these little wings here. You just kind of raise these tail fins up. And you do have... One thing that does irk me a little bit about this is this particular panel here, because this doesn't lock in any way. This is just kind of just free moving, and you know, you can flip out the landing gears here. The landing gears are die cast. You can flip these out and then just kind of have this sitting like that, but it's not the most stable thing, because if you put too much pressure, it's just going to kind of collapse down. I don't know. It's a little weird how that works. I wish there was just kind of a swooping point, just some way to kind of lock that in. Maybe there is, and I just don't know. I mean, the instructions really don't say much about this thing, so I'm just guessing here. But still, you get a little, what they call a scout droid. Yeah, that's pretty cool. You have the helicopter, little scout droid. That's pretty big on its own, as you can see. But again, nicely done. Love the paint scheme. This looks quite good. Tiny little cockpit in there. This does not open, I don't think so. I don't think this does open. Does it? No, I don't think it does. But still, pretty cool. And if you want to, you know, the instructions have it with some of its own weaponry. So if you want to, you can take this section here, you can plug that onto that. Plug this up top. Give it some armament as well. You can plug these guns on top of there. If you want to, you can plug this on top of that. Why not? Dare I say why not? Again, there is a lot you can do with this. A plethora, I say. So much so I spit everywhere when I said plethora. But again, all things you can do if you want to do it. So, there you go. So that is basically it for the helicopter mode. So let's get down to transformation again, shall we? Let's. I can spin that. I can spin that at least. But, so again, we're going to be doing some removal of stuff. Yeah, take all these weapons, put those off to the side. Remove these, put that off to the side. Lots of putting things off to the side. Pop this off. Let's kind of rotate these back around. Get all that. Close back up again. Put that off to the side. More stuff to put off to the side. Raise this up. Unplug that. Put that off to the side. Today's phrase of the day is put that off to the side. But okay. Remove the missile. There's a little missile section here. Put that off to the side. There we go. Alright, so now we can get down to robot mode. So to do that, just gonna take these sections and just bring them down, get them out of the way for now. Unpeg these threads and bring all of that out like that. You want to take this whole tail assembly, push that in, and all this, well, oops, you want to bring these up. So locking pieces up, undo those, little tight, come on, come on, there we go. Oops, I wasn't trying to do all that. It's okay, just a friction joint. There we go. Alright, so take this and swing this back around to where it was, like so. There's like little tabs there to get everything seated where it is supposed to. There we go. Now we can split the legs, and you have these panels back here that you will open up like so. That will allow you to then extend the leg, and then just close that back up like so. Then you just flip up the toe and flip out his heel, and there you have a leg all done. Second verse, just like the first. Open this up, extend the leg, close back up, toe, heel. There you go. Now he has the ability to stand. Hooray, hooray for standing. So, get him all situated here. Now we move on to the upper body. So, take these pieces here, just bring them around and down. Let's be little hip skirts. Bring those around and down. Take these threads, bring them back. This whole armature here, by the way, is die cast. Again, you got a good bit of die cast in this guy. You're going to fold them in at this hinge here. Just kind of bring them into the body. Just fold that in, bring that into the body. Then you can just angle these back. Once you've done that, we move on to this upper region here. So just untab the arms, bring them down, rotate them down. This cockpit here just rotates 180, and we'll sit against his back like so. And we'll come back down here. You're going to untab its forearm, bring it down, rotate it. You open up this panel here, flip out the fist, close that up, rotate. There you go, and push that shoulder in, bring that down, rotate, open up that panel, flip out the fist, close, rotate, and push that shoulder in, and moving on back up here. We have these sections here, these black sections. Just rotate them to the back. The shoulders out of the way. Rotate them to the back. You have a little panel here. You're going to flip open. Of course, because the camera's on, it's going to fight me because of course it is. There we go. Open that up. And flip out the head. And then just close all this back up. Like so. And there we go. There we have TYRANT, aka Dominator Megatron, in his robot mode. And it is a very cool design, just so much silver, so much shiny silver going on here, but it looks gorgeous. Looks absolutely gorgeous in my opinion. But let's get in closer so we can take a look not at his belly, at his noggin. Oh, there's the noggin. You can see nicely done head sculpts here. As you can see, he does have light piping. The whole back of his head is light piping, so the eyes, when the light hits it, glow a nice red. But overall, a very nicely done head sculpt. Very Megatron-y. It works. I like it. And you get some more bits of die cast. Again, these armatures here. These joints are die cast. Get some silver, some yellows in there as well. And a whole lot of silver. Whole lot of silver. But it looks so good. And the big old feet. And moving up the back. Let's see. Pretty clean transformation. You're just going to have the tank treads back here in the cockpit. But overall, not too shabby. Not too shabby now. Articulation-wise, the head is on a ball joint, so you have that wiggly-waggly. You can totally look up, do a squirrel. You can totally do that, can look down. Head can do a full 360. Arms can do a full 360. Oh, nice ratchet. Can move in and out at 2 points, right in here, and also at the outer part of the shoulder as well. So you have 2 points here to work with. Use that transformation joint. You have bicep rotation. You have a double jointed elbow there. The top joint is ratcheted, but the bottom joint is just a friction joint. But you have nice full range of movement there. You have posable hands. Wrist can rotate. And you do have nice posable fingers here. The thumb is on a ball joint at the base, as well as a hinge there and a hinge there. Each finger is on a ball joint at the base, as well as a hinge there and a hinge there. So posable like a real hand. You do have waist rotation. You also have an ab crunch, which is always nice. We can move these skirt pieces out of the way to accommodate the leg movement. Legs can move forward that far. Oh, back that far. Outward. You can do the full splits. You got thigh rotation. You do have a double jointed knee. Again, both of these joints are ratcheted, so it's a little hard to get them both moving, but you get a nice deep knee bend going on there. And the feet, they can move up, they can't move down, but you do have a lot of ankle tiltage. You also have a toe joint as well that moves down, or the heel can move down if you need it to accommodate any posing. And this little panel right here can also move around as well. And for comparison, here he is again with Siege Megs. Again, just for that sense of scale. Here he is with Masterpiece Megatron. And here he is with TFC's Rolling Thunder Prime. So you can see how they look side by side. And this is just kind of the core robot modes. But you can see they look quite good together. So there you go. So now let's get down to the Super Robot mode, or what they call the Hyper Armor mode. And to do that, we have to do a little bit of prep, just a little bit. We have to open up these panels, rotate the hand, so it's palm down, fold that in, close it up. And we just have to hide his hands away. That's the only real prep work we have to do here. So you got that. Oh, a little bit more prep work. We have to fold in the feet, fold in the toe and the heel. There you go. And he is ready to go. So we're going to bring in the leg pieces here, and they will just slide on. and they should lock right in place, like that. And then you just flip out the big toe here. If the heel hasn't done it for you, you just bring the heel down. And same thing on the other side. Just bring all that in. And that should snap into place. There we go. Flip out the toe. Heel's already out. There we go. So he's got his new beefier shins and feet on. We bring in these bits here. You want to make sure this little tamper graph detail is up top. And these will plug onto his thighs here. Give him super thighs. So we got that going on. So now we move on up. And now we're going to bring in these bits right here. So this black section, you're just going to swing up and collapse in like that. The fist will come down and rotate around. There's your hand. Then you open this up and you have this post right here that will go into this port right here. So just get that in, close that up, and now he has his super forearms. So just do the same thing on the other side here. Just raise that up, collapse that down, down, around, open, and just get that on, and get that on, close that up. There we go. And now he's got his super forearms going on there. So now we can, what do we do now? Now we can bring in this section here. So if you start from its turret mode, you just rotate this up. Now tab in there. Helps if you bring this section back just to get it out of the way. And this will just slot right over this red section right here. So just bring those treads out a little bit so you have the clearance, and this will just slide right on like so. Now per the instructions, they want these tail fins down, but I don't like the way that looks. I personally bring it up. It sits nice and flush. To me, that looks a lot better, but as always, it's yours. Display it however you wish. So he's got his super backpack because, hey, he needs a super backpack. So what else are we doing? There's still a lot to do here. Oh, we have to do some more stuff with his legs. We have these, oops, these back tread sections here. Don't drop them. That's not part of the instructions. Fold these back up. And these will go behind his legs. So you come down here. And you have these two posts and this one tab right back here, which will line up with the ports and slots. So you want it oriented like that with this little post facing out. And plug it in, plug it in, plug it in, plug it in, and there we go. Now we're done with his super legs. His legs are so super now. Just so supular. Okay, so now that we have done that, we have these sections right here. You want to rotate them so his little like missiles are facing forward. And these will plug in to, oh, I have these facing the wrong way. Yeah, turn these treads around. Oh, they're loud and they're squeaky at the same time. That's one thing I kind of don't like. Okay, bring those around. And these will peg in right up here. Like so. And just hang out there. Okay, I'm just going to get these turned back around. There we go. Just forgot to do that. There we go. Not that it really affects anything with the base robot mode, but for the super mode, we need them in the correct orientation. And just peg that in. And that will sit there like that. Is he big enough yet? Is he beefy enough yet? I don't know. Probably. And now we'll bring in this weapon right here. I don't know if you're supposed to extend it for this, but I do anyway, because it just looks cooler. But you just take this and plug that on. Just close that up. Now the instructions have it sitting over his shoulder. I don't like doing that personally. I take it and I plug it right here because Megatron needs to have a giant cannon on his arm. So I'm going to give Megatron a giant cannon on his arm because that's just the way it is. But as always, it's yours. Display it however you wish. But as far as these weapons go, This little double-barreled weapon here can plug onto his forearm. And again, what I like to do is I just take this missile here and I plug that on here as well. Because, hey, that looks cool. Why not? Dare I say, why not? And then this right here, make sure you have this little kind of Gatling gun piece plugged on. And this will plug in right back here. And there we go. There we have Megatron in his hyper armor mode. He's so hype. He's so hype. And that looks really cool as well. That looks really cool. Just big and beefed up and just, you know, this is his final form right here. This is his final form. But I dig it. I totally dig it. He is big and hefty, and big and hefty. He is a heavy boy, and yeah. I dig it. I really dig it. These bits right here, if you want to, oh, not these leg bits here, you can remove if you want to, and again, unfold them. These do have handles, so if you want, he can hold these as handheld weapons as well. So hey, as always, things you can do if you want to do it, or if you want to leave them stored behind his legs, you can leave them stored behind his legs. Again, all of this stuff, there are posts and ports everywhere for this guy, so you can pretty much plug these weapons on however you want, however you wish. This is just a configuration that I personally like, but you can do whatever you want. But in this mode, you can definitely say that Megs here is just ready to tear some stuff up. He's ready. He's ready for anything. Now, as far as accessories go, as if all of the guns and missiles and cannons aren't enough, you do get some noggin accessories. You do get another head, and look, am I blind, or are these both the exact same head? Because I don't see any difference whatsoever. They look like the exact same head. Maybe everything's different and I'm just blind, or it's the exact same head. I'm not sure, but it looks like the exact same head. Whatever, but you get another head because you get another head, and it has a light piping and all that good stuff. So you have that, but you do also get some other stuff for his noggin here. You get this little transclearance blue eyepiece, and how this works is this will just plug onto these little posts here on the side of his head. So you just line that up. It's a very small piece, and it's not easy to do with a camera in front of you, but there we go. Just plug that on like that, and you also get a little like a little communications microphone, and that just goes into a little notch right here on the side, and you just slide that in like that, and there you go. Now he can communicate. There's like a little, I guess like a little targeting reticule or something. So hey, that's pretty cool. Things you can do if you want to do it, or if you don't want to use either of those pieces. You do get a full-on faceplate here, and that just plugs right on, and there you go. You can have that look going on if you want to, and that's pretty cool too. Hey, that's very G.I. Joe. But hey, again, all things you can do if you want to do it, so there you go. So there you have that, and now for comparison. Here he is again with Siege Megs, just because it's just precious at this point. Here he is with Masterpiece Megs. You can see just how much bigger he gets. And here he is with TFC Prime in his super mode. So you can see them both looking super, just super together. Now, another cool thing you can do here is that some of the parts from Megatron are compatible with Prime. I'm not going to do it here. I'm not going to show it here, but I'll show you in the instructions. You can see you can combine like the hand parts, the backpack. You can combine that all with Prime and get that look going if you want to. So, hey, more things you can do if you want to do it. There's a lot to do here. So, hey, have at it. So, there you go. So there you have Tyrant, and yeah, really cool figure, really well done figure here by TFC Toys, in my opinion. You know, the alt mode looks great, the robot mode looks great. I just showed a bit of what you can do with this, but there's a lot you can do with this figure, so many configurations, just a lot of playability here, and I absolutely love it. Looks great, works well, tons of playability, just overall a nicely done package here from TFC Toys as far as I'm concerned. So there you go. Now, if you would like this or any of TFC Toys' other offerings, you can always check out BigBadToyStore.com for availability. There'll be a link in the description down below so you can check that out. You can also check out my third-party Transformers playlist for any reviews you may have missed. Also linked in the description down below so you can check that out as well. And I think that's it, so don't forget to check out EmGo's, check out Love Peace Paranormal, follow me on Twitter, all of that good stuff down in the description below, and I think that's pretty much all there is to say. So, there is the TFC Toys ST Commander Tyrant, and this is EmGo saying, remember, you don't stop playing because you grow old because you stop playing. Big Ink! Be proud. Palm in your face. Alright, Prime, you're such a fan of upgrades? Well, look at me! I'm upgraded to the max! Yeah, very impressive, very nice. Now, come over here so I can punch you. What? Just come over here so I can punch you. Why? Why would I do that? Okay, look, to be perfectly honest, all of this stuff is really heavy and I can't move. Oh, okay, so I guess I could just do this, and you can't do anything about it, huh? Hey, come back here. Come back here. I can still shoot you. Already gone.